Talk to me about your selection as the SIAC Offensive Player of the Year.
Well, it's a great award to have. I feel very humble. But for me, my approach this year is mostly going to be trying to be as efficient and effective as we can. One of those awards can usually quarterbacks, especially if when you usually get Player of the Year, it can be one of those awards that kind of offsets you what you're going to do next season. So for me, it's just keeping the right mindset here in camp.
What are your expectations for the season for the team?
We only have one expectation, is to win a championship. I mean, nothing less. That's the only thing that we're pretty much shooting for. That's the only goal. That's the only thing that we're shooting for in camp and in the season.
How has the team improved from last year?
Well, for the most part, we have a different mindset. A lot of the guys got in here early. Been working since December. A lot of the guys been here and trying to learn the playbook so that we can get the schemes right, so that we can be able to be as efficient and effective as we want as possible, so that we can be able to beat, so we can actually earn the right to win, so that when we get in those tough situations, we can pull it out and we show people what we're really about.
What changes have you made in your game since last year?
For the most part, it's the same thing, same mindset I always had since my freshman year, just trying to be as coachable as possible, pick up as much as I can, and be the best I can, be the best leader, be the best person I can on and off the field, so that when I leave Clark-Atlanta, it's better that, since I've been here.
What are your thoughts on facing the HBCU National Champion Grambling State Tigers?
It's a blessing. I feel like it's going to be a great game for us to see what we're really about. Grambling's a great team. They've been champions multiple times. The program in itself is a powerhouse in itself. So being able to come to Clark and be able to play them in a Classic is going to be a blessing. It's going to be a great test for us to show what we're really about.
This last year, what team or teams are you most excited about facing?
We're taking it one game at a time. I'm not really focused on one team in particular. I just want to be able to come in, each and every game with the right approach and just try and win as much as possible. I feel like with everybody on the schedule, we have an opportunity to beat, and with a better team, it's all about being a better team that day. So that's how I feel about that.
The team's theme is one extra degree of effort. How do you embody that concept on the field?
Well, they manifest that in us, as soon as we get here, it's one of those things you try and pull in every facet of your life, academically, socially, on and off the field, so that when we get to those moments when we're down by 7 or 8, all we have to do is to have one more point, just work a little bit harder, study a little bit longer to get the win, and that's all it takes. That's how you earn the right to win. That's how you have the extra degree.
Johnny, since you got here, one of the big things that you carried about yourself was the legacy, the family lineage here at Clark-Atlanta University with your uncle and your father. What's it going to mean for you to finally play that last year here, get your master's degree from CAU? Talk about that on a personal level for Jonathan McCrary.
To go to Clark-Atlanta, to see my father come from here, to come up out of the ashes of Clark-Atlanta, and to be able to go on to the NFL, uncles, aunties, everybody who I know and love came through Clark. And for me to be able to finish out here, it's almost like one of those things, it's like filling a hole that can't be filled, and now I can actually do so, being able to go to the alma mater and be able to do what I do best here at Clark-Atlanta.
Tell me, what prompted you to transfer to CAU?
It's a better opportunity for me to get my name out and also become a better person, a better player, and bring in more positivity and leadership to the program.
You're going to be transferring from a Division I institution here to Division II. What are your expectations for the level of play on this field, especially having a Division I quarterback from Vanderbilt and Jonathan McCrary tossing you the ball?
It's going to be a great opportunity for me to help him out and for him to help me out. And so we both coming from Division I programs down to Division II level. I'm looking forward to just conquering the conference and just dominating in every aspect.
What strengths do you bring to the CAU team at receiver?
I'm looking to bring physicality, leadership, guidance, and just humbleness to help the team out and just dominate every aspect.
What things did you do to prepare for the upcoming season?
Actually put in extra work to just focus on self, focus on my weaknesses. Most of all, take everything a day at a time and just be the best I can be.
Okay, Darius, you were recently selected as preseason All-SIAC. How do you feel about that achievement?
I feel wonderful. It's a great achievement to have.
What are your expectations for the incoming season?
A ring. Point blank period, nothing less.
The football team's theme this year is one extra degree of effort. How do you plan to embody that on the field?
Pushing my body beyond limits.
Darius, it's not often that a center actually finds his way in the end zone. You found your way in the end zone last year in the come from behind victory at Shorter. Tell us what it was like for you as a center to score a touchdown collegiately and how much fun your teammates and friends had with you scoring that.
In that moment, I was nervous because the quarterback broke out for a scramble, so I thought he was going in. I seen him get KO'd. I just scooped the ball up and got in. I ain't gonna lie to you. They put a good lick on me, but man, we all had fun with that, man. Everybody had a great laugh about that. We did our thing. And the victory, it was just icing on the cake, received.
Tell me, Darius, what did you do to prepare for the upcoming year?
What I did to prepare, man, basically try to stay in the film more. Trying to, game plan and see what my opponent is more often, because usually I don't do it too much. I don't try to be concerned with who they got, what they have, or what they do. I just know I focus on myself and what I can do, and I do it to the best of my ability.
Darius, the coaches in the SIAC picked Clark Atlanta University to finish 4th despite us getting 2 first-place votes. What are your thoughts on the 4th place out of 5 teams on the East, and your thoughts on the 2 first-place votes?
Honestly, I'm not concerned with them or what they do. We here at Clark, we just gonna do our best and place at first. We're not accepting nothing less, and we just gonna have to prove everyone wrong.
Josh Tate, welcome back to the Clark Atlanta University family. It was good to see you win an All-American Award your senior year here. Now you're back. You're getting your GA as an assistant coach here in the defensive backfield. You're also going to get your master's degree in chemistry here at Clark Atlanta. Talk about what it's like to be back as a player, back as a coach, and back as a student here at Clark Atlanta University.
Man, what it's like. I can't really explain what it's like. It's a grateful feeling. I'm honestly thankful to the chemistry department here at Clark Atlanta, the graduate department, also the coaching department here. It feels great. It feels great to be back now as a coach. But it's actually funny. It's a funny feeling as I come here, see these guys report to camp today, and I was just here. It's crazy when you hear the coaches say things like, oh, you're not going to believe me 4 years ago that this time's going to come. You're going to have these accolades. You're going to be in the NFL. You're going to do this, that. But then you're going to have something to fall back on. So I'm grateful for this opportunity that I have to fall back on with Clark Atlanta. And always we're going to find a way to make one. This is the year for us.
What things did you do to improve for the upcoming year?
Well, this summer I worked really hard, working on my speed. I ran a lot of hills, running on the railroad tracks, and just to get my speed faster, and I tried to get a little stronger this year.
What are your expectations of the team this year?
My expectations this year for the team, well, I hope that we win the championship. Well, I know we're going to win the championship, and I hope we have the #1 defense, also #1 offense in the conference, well, in the whole Division II.
Kamari, playing defensive back, and you have a coach in Dexter Jackson. Now we have a GA here, Joshua Tate, who is an All-American here at Clark Atlanta. Talk about what the coaching staff can do for you and make you the best player you can be here in your sophomore year after you had the great accolades last year as a true freshman.
Oh, well, Coach Jackson is a great coach. He's probably one of the best coaches I've had in my whole entire life. And so he keep me pushed, like he pushed me to do better, and he stay on me and make sure I don't slack up. And then with Josh Tate, he helped me throughout the season last year by giving me knowledge and stuff. So with them two teaming up, I think it would be great for me.
Kenneth, the SIAC recognized your efforts last year as a true freshman by giving you preseason first team heading into your sophomore season. Talk about what that meant to you on an individual level and how you're going to take that onto the field this year as a team leader.
I mean, coming in as a freshman, starting as a freshman, it was a big move for me, transitioning from high school to college, But of course, I felt that I had to do what I had to do to make this team better. I had to put in my hard work and effort, and eventually it paid off.
What things did you do specifically to prepare for the upcoming season?
Specifically over this summer, I was in the sand pit, working hard, working on my speed, eating good. I was eating multiple proteins, you know, keeping running every morning, working, lifting weight.
All right, what are you looking forward to most with the upcoming season?
For the upcoming season, I'm looking forward for everybody to come together and to have a bond, you know, build chemistry. Looking forward to having big things out of this team. You know, I'm looking forward to having playing for the championship, as everyone knows, just making Clark Atlanta a better football team.
Kenneth, we asked this to the other rising sophomore, Kamar Jackson, earlier. Talk about what it's like to have a position coach in Dexter Jackson, who his accolades speak for himself, but also having Clark Atlanta All-American Joshua Tate joining his coaching staff as a grad assistant this year.
You know, having people like to have the leadership as they do makes me look up to them as huge role models. I mean, for Coach Jackson to have done what he had done in the past, Josh being an outstanding athlete, you know, so I'm looking forward to putting myself in their shoes so I can be able to become a leader.
Team slogan is one extra degree of effort. What are you going to do specifically on the field to embody that one extra degree?
I mean, when I'm playing football, I think of just going the extra mile, doing whatever it takes to, you know, winning a one-on-one battle, you know, come together, the team, bringing everyone together, having that motive for everybody so we can come out successful.
Tell me some of the things you did to prepare for the upcoming season.
This summer was just a real grinded out summer, you know, just real working hard. One of my trainers, Brian Stills, I was with him all summer, just real working my craft and just getting ready to take my game to the next level.
What are your expectations for the upcoming season?
Well, my expectations is for us to just compete, go out and compete every game, for everybody just to give it their all. You know, that's all you can really ask for and expect.
What achievements were you most proud of from last year?
One of our proudest moments as a team, I feel like, was probably defeating Morehouse, because that was a game where, you know, things were really going our way for most of the game, and then we just turned it around. And just being that they lost to them last year, you know, it was on our own turf. It was just real proud to win that game, especially how it was done. You know, it was real. I'm real proud of that moment. I remember for the rest of my life.
Any team that you're looking forward to facing more than any other this season?
Definitely. I'd probably say Grambling. More so because it's like more of a coming from a D1 school. I really want to see if I can still compete and ball at that level. You know, it's like more of a measure stick for myself, and I'm just ready to see what our guys can do against them too. So I'm just really excited to go back up to Chicago. You know, it was fun last year going up there, so I'm just ready for that.
The team slogan this year is one extra degree of effort. Tell me how you plan on embodying that spirit on the field for the team result.
I think with anything like that, with a slogan like that, it just means just give the extra effort, no matter what, you know. No matter how tired you are, no matter the situation, you should always get an extra effort. So I'm glad they chose to rock with that slogan, because it's just something that everybody needs to incorporate in themselves.
What are you most excited about the upcoming season?
That we didn't get to get a ring last year, but I know we will this year.
Okay, tell me, as a Mexican, how does it feel playing at an HBCU?
I mean, it feels normal. I went to a high school where it's basically the same thing.
You were a preseason selection for all SIAC team. How do you feel about that accomplishment?
I feel good that they're noticing my talent, but I made the second team, and I'm aiming for the first.
Carlos, describe what was going through your head when you trotted on the field in the closing seconds against Morehouse when you kicked the game-winning kick for that victory here.
Honestly, nothing was going through my head. I just went out there with an empty mind, and I just kicked it and it went in.
All right, what are your expectations for the upcoming season?
To win. I expect us to do great things. This class of recruits are looking real good. We're looking real strong in the running game. We have a long snapper now, so, you know, I'm going to be out there doing my thing.
What steps did you take to improve your game for this upcoming season?
All summer, I trained, I ran, rode my board a lot, went to practice on my own in my high school back in Montgomery, and then I came here a few days ago and started getting practice in here.
You're slated for a 4th place finish in the SIAC, according to a coaches poll. How do you feel about that?
I feel like that shouldn't be true. We're gunning for #1, of course, and I already seen the other recruits for other teams. I'm seeing that we're going to be the better team, no doubt.
Carlos Gott, second team preseason SIAC. He's your kicking mate over there. He takes care of place kicking. You're the punter. What are your expectations for yourself this year, and how are you going to make yourself a better player so that you can get the punting recognitions within the conference?
Just practicing more, working with my long snapper, making sure that we get everything crisp and clean. I'm going to be practicing even harder, working on my drops, working on my runs.
What made you make the decision to come to Clark Atlanta University?
Well, Coach Dawson called me up and gave me an opportunity to come play football. I originally wasn't going to play football at the next level, but then he gave me an opportunity to come here, and I didn't want to let that opportunity pass, so I decided to come to Clark and play football.
Austin, you're slated to be our long snapper this year. What other positions did you play in high school? What can we expect from you beyond just being able to deliver the long snaps to our placement kickers?
Well, in high school, I was an undersized center and defensive end in high school. You can expect, with the long snap, you can expect me to go down and make tackles, and because I'm used to playing defense and all that stuff, so you can expect me to go down there and make some plays, not just snap the ball.
I'm certain that you've talked to individuals about the kind of year that we had last year. What are you looking forward to contributing this year?
Well, I'm looking for a great season ahead. I've heard multiple times that long snapping was an issue last year, so I'm hoping to help this year with that, not have any miscues in the special teams category, and just make sure we're crisp and clean on that end so it doesn't cost us a game.
How well received have you been since you've been on campus?
Oh, it's been great. People have been welcoming me great. Everybody's been saying hi, welcoming me, introducing themselves. So far, it's been great. People are awesome so far.
What things have you done specifically towards your duties as long snapper have you done to make you more ready for the upcoming year?
Well, over the summer, I would get some snaps in, and I went to a couple Rubio long snapping camps. That really helped me a lot because he's basically the guru of long snapping, so that helped me tremendously, and he also helped me get here at Clark, so that's what I've done to take steps to prepare for this season.
All right, what things did you do to prepare for the upcoming season?
Prepare my body on the physical aspect, also my mind, just make sure I'm eating right, lifting weights, make sure I get conditioning and things like that.
Tell me what moment you were most proud of on the field last year.
I have two actually. Actually playing in my first NFL stadium in Chicago and also being in Morehouse. Even though the referees tried to, hold the ball with 1 second left on the clock, but me and Carlos and Prayer managed to get the ball and kick it and just win that game.
Speaking of Chicago, we have a big game up there against Grambling State, who is the reigning HBCU national champion. How do you feel about that game?
I feel like we're going to blow them out. I mean, they're D1 division, D1 AA school, but that doesn't matter. I mean, I feel like we got the best coaches, one of the best coaching staff in the country. We have well experienced guys on the team. We're going to compete with them on the size level, but I feel like it's just more of a mental aspect. Make sure guys go in knowing that we can compete with these guys and put on a great show.
Bull, you mentioned all these physical changes that you had to go through. You're making a position change from quarterback to an all-around athlete. We're going to see you line up some receivers, some running backs, some quarterback all over the field. Talk about what that change has been like for you intellectually, having learned the playbook a little bit more.
As far as learning the playbook, being with Coach Moncrief, he made sure that we learn the playbook as fast as we can. Also, just know each position on the field, so that way, if a situation like this come up, when a player has to convert from one position to another, he knows what he's doing. Just preparing for it, it's been fun, man. Learning the playbook, just been all around fun experience. I'm ready for it, looking forward to a great season, helping the team out as much as I can.
The team slogan this year is 1 extra degree of effort. No one really embodies that as much as you with making the position change and all the effort that you've put in to be a well-rounded football player. How are you going to take that effort that you put in this summer into a leadership role this year on the field and in the locker room?
I just make sure I lead by example, not more so of a vocal leader, just more so showing it make sure that guys, you know, just gravitate towards me, just not me as well. We have a lot of leaders on this team in different positions as well. So I just feel like everybody when everybody does their job, everything's going to be great.